Perfect. Hey there. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again. We've got an excellent roundtable lined up for you. So what I would ask everyone to do, we'll just go down the line, introduce themselves, name of their company, how long they've been in business, and we'll get started with the questions. So starting with Howie.
Howie Style from NYX Entertainment and Events, and I own this company. It was founded in 1989 on Long Island.
Ooh.
I'm Kitty with NYX.
Chris Yates with Ultimate Occasions. I'm the owner, and we've been around since 2010 in Justin, Maryland.
And I'm Kia Taylor. I own Elegant Experiences located in Randallstown, Maryland now. And we founded our company in 2017.
Very nice. Right on. Well, thank you all for being part of the roundtable today. If folks have questions as we go along, by all means, feel free to raise your hand. I'll do my best to whip my neck around and take a look at questions. Yes, sir.
I don't see the round table.
It is in your mind and in your hearts. The round table was the friends we made along the way. So I will start with you, Kia, with a question. We'll go down the line. One of the thoughts and one of the things I loved hearing is you've got to be crazy to get into the rental business. So my first question, we're going to start off with the hardball questions. If you need to be crazy to be in this industry, why do you do it?
It's passion, but with a little bit of insanity. And I think that a level of ADHD has to live in there somewhere.
Sure.
And so, because to be an entrepreneur, you can't have any friends, right? So you have to be okay with doing it alone, doing it crazy, but also doing it scared. So I think that we all like the rush of challenging ourselves, but accomplishing the thing that we think we can't do that's impossible. And then we do it. And then the next crazy thing comes along. We're like, okay, let's do it again.
Nice. Right on. Chris.
I would say my reason is to serve people. At the most core of this, we're at so many special events like weddings. These are highlights of people's lives. To be able to serve them there and to be able to, whether it's providing a DJ service, a photo booth, just knowing that we're at these very special core events, that's really what drives me.
Chris. Right on. Howie and Kitty.
For me, I actually fell into this industry. So I'm also after a model, but I met Howie through, since I started out as an MC, Shannon, for realizing, okay, it's not for me, but just the relationships, just getting to know through working with Howie about the industry. I love that no two events are the same. And just the gratitude that you see, wow, we helped contribute to this milestone celebration. They're going to remember it for a lifetime. And because of what we did. To me, that's a really gratifying. So yeah, it's here for the ride.
Right on.
Yes. Yeah, we're all crazy. This is a high pressure, quick turnover, high expectation business. But for a certain brand of person and personality, it's a great fit. What other people call crazy, we call just another rental or another Saturday night.
Yeah. Nice. One of the questions that comes from our co-founder, he was in DJ and I have my background in theater. So when you were starting NYX, for you, Howie, when did you know it was time to scale or start to build an operation starting from the beginning?
It's funny, I didn't just fall in. My mother found me the job after losing 8 jobs in a row at 16 or 15. She says, you better find a job. And she found me a job working for a big DJ production company in New York. And on the very first show, when I saw them set up and the music came on and the cast started dancing, honestly, it was the easiest decision in the world. I literally looked at this and said, I could do this for the rest of my life. So, of course, worked there, learned a little bit, opened my own company. And in my mind, I had saw what he had already done. He already had 20 different DJs working for him. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And it just was that, plus the fact that I like nice things. And I was like, well, the more DJs, the more business, the more money, the nicer things I can have. And it was an easy decision.
That's great. Right on. I love that you showed us around the space. And this comes from a book that we've read, or we all read when we're getting started with Goodshuffle, called High Output Management. Have you all seen or read or heard that book? So one of the main ideas is identifying your number one constraint. And the example that they give is, imagine you're running a bed and breakfast and people need coffee, eggs, and someone to deliver that. So is your number one constraint how fast you can boil water for the eggs? Is it how fast a waiter can get to the table? So with the current space that y'all have here at NYX, what would you say is the number one constraint for your business?
I don't even know how to answer that. It's a real major constraint. It's all about creativity. If I need something, well, we want to implement a new product service, we will reconfigure what we have to make it work.
Heard.
If the constraint becomes too large, which is question that a couple of people said, when do you do it, keep it in-house, when do you take it out? If the constraint is too much for the company to bear at that time, then we outsource it.
Got it. Gotcha. Anything from your side, Kate? Constraint?
Yeah, like Howie said, as far as like warehouse logistics, can't think of anything right now because it's like the terminator phase is like a job we'll take on, we'll refer to somebody. I guess as far as since we're working on scaling, so when it comes to every single hire that we do, it takes a lot of energy and manpower, right, to fully train one person. So right now, if I'm passing off what I do as an admin, it's going to take several months to train someone to where I'm comfortable with this remote DA fully doing it on their own. So I would say that's probably the biggest barrier to the growth is how fast can I train all these people?
Got it. On your side, Chris?
For me, it's been trusting people on my team. I'm always kind of like hands-on. I want to be there to be able to do it because I know I can do it at a high level. But I've been learning now in this industry, unless I want to burn out, I got to trust people that they can produce at a high level and be able to train them.
Got it.
Yeah, I agree with that because we had a conversation about working in your business or working on your business. And I had to learn that the hard way. It wasn't until I took this Goldman Sachs course that I was in a cohort where they challenged me to leave the business for 3 days a week, right? And then who is your number two? And I had to name them and say that this is who's going to run my business while I'm here learning from you. But I think for me now, my biggest constraint is myself. And this is again talking to Chris. We were talking about like scaling and how do you grow. And I was saying, I do decor, I have linen, I have chairs and all these things, right? But then I was like, I spent $21,000 last year on my linen laundry bill for the company that launders my tablecloths. I said, but I can buy a commercial washer and dryer, get a warehouse space, and then I can do it myself and save the money. But then who's gonna do that? I'm getting ready to increase my electricity bill, plumbing, and things like that. So it's kind of trying to scale myself to not go big too fast and just rein it in to focus on the things that really matter, even though I think I can do it all.
Gotcha. Just to your point, you mentioned, I got the building, I got the electric, the plumbing, and the machines. That's wrong. That's not your biggest cost factor. It's your time.
Well, employees would be in.
Hired it. You know what? Most entrepreneurs, and it's because you made a really good point. Most entrepreneurs will look at those direct costs or those constraints. Your biggest constraint, the thing that means the most value to all of you, is your time.
Then also, I just want to add on to that too, Howie, because what can I do that can get the highest ROI on my time? Sometimes if I'm doing social media or I'm doing sales, I'm getting a lot better ROI than me being out in the field because I'm not able to do that. I'm lazy. Right.
Marketing, I talk about marketing, which every company needs as a cauldron, like, you know, the witch's cauldron with the brew.
Yeah, the special
and that's
mix.
your cauldron of marketing.
Yeah.
You throw a little social media in, you throw some print work in, you throw some in-person network, but you're constantly adjusting the stew for current market conditions and trends and the way your prospective customers receive or want to receive the information that you have. There was a time where I want to date myself. We were all, well, you don't know, you guys are too young. In Yellow Pages, you know, all you needed was Yellow Pages. That was it. Then it switched to print and other things, and now it's this social media thing. And to your point, I hate to say it, and I don't care how small you are, to do social media correctly, it is a full-time job.
It is. Yeah.
I have 2 people that are full-time, that's all they do. And I'm like, we're not that big, but to post content every week and new stuff and pictures and editing and cropping and writing blogs. Oh my goodness. So that's a constraint that we all feel. Maybe not so much in our warehouse, but in our day-to-day operation for sure.
Sure. One of my favorite questions to ask when we talk about burnout, how do you avoid burnout?
I have to have a designated day off. So I think I've told many people here Monday is like the recovery day for me because it's after the weekend and everything was crazy, right? I take Monday to just decompress, and then Tuesday is get my life together day. So then that's when I'm going back to say, okay, what's ahead of us? But if I don't take Mondays off, it's not going to be good. Then your body will shut you down.
I was thinking too about this time that we're in where we're having AI now and all these tools that we're able to use that can also help you. Like I feel like I've been needing to take advantage of this technology that we have because that's going to save us a lot of time. If we can respond to emails using Claude or even Goodshuffle, I'm glad I made that investment to Goodshuffle because Goodshuffle has saved me a lot of time through sending out contracts, managing our inventory. So I think it's just about investing into technology back into that's going to help save some burnout. Because if you're doing everything manually and you're still doing the old school way or an archaic way, that's going to burn you out.
I think for me, from an employee's perspective, one thing I really appreciate about NYX is just the work-life balance. Our business hours are 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, right? Meaning we rarely work more than 35 hours a week in office, unless it's obviously busy season and maybe something last minute comes up, even now and then. So for me, that gives me enough time to say, hey, I have to care my health. You don't like to go to the gym in the morning, working on encouraging health as well. And then I've also been a proponent of just work hard, play hard. It's like I come here and I'll give it my 150%. But every week I make sure I do at least one thing that I consider play.
Yeah, that's good.
Younger than me. No, the truth be told, every entrepreneur wants to be successful. We dial in, we turn it on, and we go 24/7. And the biggest cause of loss in this business, whether it be loss of employees or loss of a business, is burnout. So take that time for yourself. Don't say it. Do it. And make sure that when you do it, you set your phone down, tablets, you're not reachable by email, and self-care. Do those things for yourself.